Good morning. Actually, all right. Let me check. Let's see. Okay. I am alive. How are we doing? Yeah, let's just call it Tongues and Runes Live. I don't want it. Okay. How's everybody doing? Anybody up? I look red. Let's try to fix that. Okay, that's reasonable. Is this getting... Hello? Yeah, my announcements went through. Good morning, people. So, let's see. We've got... Okay. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Bubba. How you doing? I am getting things started here. So I want to put them. I want to put these together in the right order. A stream monitor, not record. Okay. So what we want. Day. Dawn. Dusk. And night. Aaron, I'm doing good. I don't know about other people. I'm just putting this at the top because Lexergy doesn't have like file names displayed or anything. And a little bit of Lexergy, yeah. The other the other shows will not be showing you this stuff, but I have literally no time to do stuff off camera, so you're gonna see all the sausage being made. Okay, so where were we? So we didn't do the vowel raising rule yet. Okay, so we had this um, diphthong simplification. Yeah. Okay, we had the non-high collapse happen just there. Okay. Interesting. Right. So let's see. So we had raising. Raising only happens in the day and the dawn, right? Okay. So what is this raising? Okay, Ash raised to. I'll just say it that it raised to just to keep things simple, and then became o become u. That's reasonable. Okay, so start it with day. Let's see. I think so. This starts in dawn. I think in dawn, this is going to happen before diphthong simplification. Um, and what do we have here? So, something we can do. So, I think what we might want to do is also have like we have the front rounded E. There we go. And that becomes E, right? Just to make that consistent between those two. You've started to figure out Lexergy? Has it been at all helpful? What? I do not know why. Source record isn't going to do this. Oh no, I don't want to apply a LUT. Can you guys see a little bit better there? Oh my. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh no, I do not want that. Okay. That's not going to work. So I have an issue. So LibreOffice Writer, apparently it's just LibreOffice Writer. Looks gray. If I open stuff in if I open something in Word, okay, Word also looks gray. I don't know why it have this racing rule. We're going to go ahead and go with that. And yeah, so that means that if you're a front vowel, you're going to be get raised somewhat. So um, let's look at our features and see how we can distinguish. So, um, yeah. Yeah, I think if we go with just tongue thrust, Oh, I actually do distinguish and do I? Do I have? No, I don't have the lax version of this. So we can sort of rejigger our stuff for this to not have that. Yeah. I don't know why I have this and not the eh. Okay, you know what? I will make this produce this. Ah. Hello, can you backspace? Hello? Okay, I can type and then I can backspace. Okay. Cut. Okay, this is going to be weird. My backspace button is not working for some reason. So yeah, we're going to have actually produce it, and then what we're going to do is we're going to say oh, vowel, and if we have a front vowel that is not low, then that becomes tongue height. Right. And then so one thing that I really like about Lexergy is this thing where I can define multiple parts of a rule and have them apply simultaneously. It's really, really helpful when you're doing complex sound changes. So we're doing this in dawn, and then I think I will just say ash. We'll just say ash. Okay, this is a problem. Okay. It's acting like Discord does. And then ash just becomes a. And here's the thing I'm going to do. In the dawn dialect, we're going to have this happen before diphthong simplification. In the day dialect, we're going to have it happen after diphthong simplification, which the diphthong simplification is also less. However, if I have it done right, what happens here is we lose our front rounded mid vowel here, and then immediately get a new one from a. Whereas here, we have simplified a to e here, and then we lose it. So the day dialect is going to completely lose this e vowel. Whereas, of course, dusk and night are going to keep it, and then dawn is going to reinvent it. out of the diphthong simplification. And I think so. Let's so if we go do some test words with these vowels. And I think that these can still only occur as long at this point, right? B, B, and then wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Oh, we have O goes to oo too. Okay. I think actually, yeah. Okay, so it's only the tense vowels that this happens to. We can test that. Bo, ba, and ba. See ya, Aaron. And then just as B, boo, right? Just get some controls in here and these roots would not exist, but because of the way that things work in this language, but we'll just sort of have it as a test. And then be, yeah, be, by, bao. And we apply that. Bi. Okay. I think we need to have some ways to like adjust to have derounding happen. B, right? And then if we take this same list here, so you get this. So this, so in the day dialect, you get B. Why? Oh! There's no labialization there. That's super cool. I can do something with that, I think. So here we have B versus, and then what the heck happened here? Okay. Oh, it even weirder. So because I have the vowel raising happening before, okay, I'm going to actually make sure this doesn't happen before another vowel. Because actually that's not what I want. Yeah, B. So here, there's an interesting consequence. So in this language, you're never going to have a rounded a round labialized vowel before the U because the earlier U that caused labialization went to this. The later U that did not cause labialization comes from here, right? Here, you can, you also don't have that, but you have the two different E vowels. One causing the labialization, so it's bier versus bier. And what am I going to do with that? Yeah. And this becomes bier. This becomes bier in both of them. Whereas here we've got this and this. We do some applying. Yeah, it's, you know, this actually loses because we're losing front rounded vowels in dusk. Okay, and we get the same. Oh, and then in the night dialect, because we have diphthong simplification without any of that other stuff, we get actually two different. One has the labialization, one that doesn't. So that's fun. I wonder what I'm going to do with that. Oh, am I on my mic? Switch to this and sound better. Make sure the mic does not. Why is my iOS camera? Okay. Do I sound any better? There might be a slight delay. So. Oh, and this reproduces the ah. That doesn't matter here. We reproduce a new ah in the, so we're just like reproducing. Oh, this should be ooh. Let me make sure that I have that. I'm testing the right things here. Buh. Ball. Ball. Okay. And this is, this doesn't do it. Ba. Yeah. Because that simplifies differently. Ball. Yeah. So dawn and night both get the ball vowel. So I mean, so you see how like subtle variations in the rules and subtle variations in the ordering of the rules can cause sort of interesting effects there, right? Now, and it's very useful for family stuff. So, Now let's work on the fronting rule. And that one, the fronting rule, this starts in dusk and in dawn and spreads to the dusk dialect. Okay. I don't know why I said this is desyllabified before vowels, because it never actually occurs before vowels. But we will come to that in a minute. But let's do fronting. So it starts here and spreads here. So we can do something similar. So we have fronting. U becomes E and O becomes E. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so okay, I have a way to make that make sense. So let's do, so does this have, this has diphthong simplification. This also has the non-high collapse. So what we have here is the rounded vowels, right? It's only rounded vowels that do this. Okay. Okay. Actually, okay, here's what I'm going to do here. This, we have the same thing is we have vowel fronting happens here, right? That's not the correct. Okay, so apparently my IPA keyboard is making problems. So vowel and so they're labial vowels. They're both labial vowels, right? Labial, I'm going to say labial and tongue root that are not tongue thrust become tongue thrust. Right. We apply that. Oh, it's plus tongue thrust. Right. Ooh, okay, this actually is going all the way to E when I do that. Um, And that will happen whether I do that before or after vowel raising. So that's something to think about. But okay, so if I just keep it in the same place, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. And I have a secondary rule that's going to happen here. Um, just to this will further collapse things. I want that, but see, like, since we're going to lose this ooh, I want to. Right. So the ooh is going away, becoming e, right? But this I and so this doesn't have anything to contrast with. So it's going to get shoved up back to the to the oo position. The becomes oo again. Um, and sort of along with it, you end up with the I merging with E. It's a thought. So we could do it that way, or we could merge that. Yeah. I kind of want to. Yeah, I kind of want the dawn and dusk dialects to collapse a lot of the vowel system down. So I kind of want it to be like that. Um, let's. Except for after a vowel. Okay, yeah, because that will actually, you know what? I can get the same thing by just putting this making this happen after vowel simplification. Yeah, it's just going to do that, and probably actually have this happen after vowel simplification here too. The or diphthong simplification too, so that we still get the ball. So I think that's good. So we've got, so look at this. We've got bleu and bleu, bleu contrasting here. That's going to be interesting. I think I think a later change is going to remove labialization before a labial vowel. So that that distinction actually becomes even more enhanced. Because this is going to be long. This is going to be long. Yeah. These things that are resulting from here are always going to be long. So that distinction is still there, right? Excuse me. So that takes care of the fronting. Now, so the next thing is when K and G are palatalized, they become ch in all cases. So, the first thing, so in all of them, so I'm going to have so right. And okay, both of them become ch. I think we can do that. So we have a ch sound, right? Aperture consonantal tongue height. Then aperture GT consonantal, aperture consonantal. Okay. Okay, so this is one of those ones where I think rather than trying to define those with features, we're just going to have K palatalization because the features would require me to okay, so K and superscript yeah. Okay, no. So I do need to no. Okay, so I do need to define these with features. So consonant and aperture. And then we need to, because of the feature system I'm using, we have to make it like what these things are not. So the consonant that is not labial and not coronal and not back. Yeah. And not back, but it is palatalized. And this should capture. And then we can just yeah, we add tongue height. And then this should work. So we'll go ahead and put a test with G's. And hit the apply. Okay. Now we're talking. So because, yeah, so this K becomes che. Cha, right? Because we got, so let's actually, let's go, from palatalization, yeah, palatalization and labialization. So, right, this becomes palatalized, and then the output word ends up with the cha, right? Anything that's palatalized. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is becoming, this is having, yeah. Okay. I don't know why it's not. How is this so? Huh. You know what? That's fine. We'll leave that. But this happens to all four of these dialects, and maybe we can have some room for some of them to devoice. Yeah. Yeah. Some of them can devoice, right? What is this? Oh. And let's copy all my tests from this one. Oh, okay. That's right. If we have this happen, we get the poo. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, bull. Yeah. Yeah. Ca. So ca can become che here. It becomes che here. Becomes cha here. And ca becomes cha here. Okay, so that's super cool. We get let's not trace changes, right? We get cha, cha, che, uh, cha, or che. We're gonna have to work with that and get some roots that use that. Um, a caw. So caw. Okay, so we're gonna have to. So the easiest one is the dusk dialect, where the caw always just turns into a K, right? So caw, 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 caw. So if I do this right, we ended up with caw, K. Yeah. Now, and then this needs to be modified because it's only the palatalized version. So we want this to. I think it should lose the palatalization. So we're just going to have a consonant that is plus aperture plus back. Is that all I need to do to define caw? Caw. That's not all. Not nasality. I think we lost the, yeah. We lost the velar, no, we lost the uvular laser nasal a while ago, so we don't need to worry about that. This should be nasality is not there, right? Oh, I'm gonna say this is clear to ka. And then we need to right. And this has to be palatalized. So it should be not back. And lose the palatalization. And then we get, okay. So we get go, ka, ka, ki, ku, ki, hu, ka, ku, ka. There we go. So we have a lot of caw preserved here. Nobody actually keeps caw in all cases. And this is Q2X. And what we want to do is So what we need to do is we need to do two changes here, I think. Yeah, I think I can just make this happen by if we take this definition and then do this, and it also becomes not aperture. And then from there we have call just becomes X. Then we can get, yeah, he, ha, he. Okay, nope, this needs to, to, ch, and they need to be separate rules because the simultaneous application is preventing things from happening here. Oh, I know. No, it's not that. It's not that. They don't need to be separate rules. Should be, so I need to add a tongue height here. And then we should get what we want. Okay. So, xi, xie, xue, he, yeah. Xue, he, ha, xie, xi, he, xi, he, xu, ha, ha. Okay. And then if we'll just call this Q to X. And happens the same in both of these. Here we have, okay, 西学说哈西学或哈些西湖西和虚还好 okay. And here we have ha ho. Okay. So that's slightly weird. But we have that applied. And then trying to figure out why am I saying this is desyllabified before vowels when it cannot occur before vowels. Well, I can just say that the schwa insertion happens. So we want to have this. Everybody except for night is going to lose this syllabic, right? me go ahead and highlight all of these so that I can keep track of where I am. So I'm gonna figure out, like, so we had a situation here with the it was one of the prepositions that we ended up with producing. Oh, this is why. Right. That's why. So that's a case where I want to take a look at what is my H deletion rule. I want to okay. So actually, I want this to happen. Yeah. Hello, melanated geek. How you doing? Just working on some conlanging stuff here. Awake. So I'm getting an error here. Oh, okay. I want what I want is for this to happen. Do I have ch defined in here? Is that what's causing a problem here? Yeah, I don't actually have, but that shouldn't matter. So I think it will only happen after this. Um, oh, Trying to troubleshoot an issue here. If this got removed, trying to figure that out. Oh, I know what's going on. So, should be, let's let's go all the way to the like roots here. Okay. So, There we go. Okay, this is not... How is this being... Okay, so... Okay, that's actually... Okay, so this is something that I have just figured out, is that just sort of by accident, this will change. So I had changed a couple of rules here. Okay, so something that I have just figured out is that I changed a few rules so that this paradigm no longer works and it now looks like this. So the question would be whether to keep this as a relic and say it was borrowed from a dead dialect, or to go with this one, which is going to be... Which is interesting, but not exactly the same. Maybe I could keep both variants or something. But kind of like that cht, cht. And then as we come sit, situ, situ, sika, sit, sitti, 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 sihud, sihud, sihik, 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 sihu, sihu, sika, sitjuf, sitjuf, sihia, sihia, sihi, sihi, sipug, sipau, sipau, pug, sipau, pau, sihab. I kind of like this too. So I'm gonna figure this. Maybe find a way for both of those to coexist. But as that stands, is there any way to get Now I have to think about, is there... There should be no way now for me to get... let's say... Like if we try to do this, yeah. Whatever I do now, yeah. It doesn't exist. This situation doesn't exist anymore. Seat, chit, right? Sich, to, kita, chit, right? Okay. Mm, okay. So there is still a way. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and have this. I am going to do those changes. To that, but we need to get back to where we are here. So where were we in our list here? So let's go back to this dialect split here. And so I don't think we need to, this doesn't ever occur before vowels. But we can do the schwa insertion rule here. And then, so we have so it would be and we have to define that we're doing nothing in front of it. And then it's non-syllabic. And a schwa. Okay, so chit-the-cha and jit-the-cha. So let's go. Let's make some things. Beat. Beat. So if this works right, this should be a simple thing to test. Just apply that. Okay, this is not working. Hello, Aaron. How are you doing? You are awake again. That's great. Are these not in my consonant list? They are not. Keep finding things that I forgot to put in my consonant list. So make sure that gets copied to all four. We need to have the call in there. No, call is in there. What am I missing from here? Huh. Right? Okay, there we go. And that applies to 3 out of 4. What do you mean you switched over warm colors? Okay, so now our voiceless vowels. So these voiceless vowels are. Ooh. Oh. Oh, okay. You were on you were you were on Twitch? Okay. That's fine. That's where most people are right now, so um good gosh. Voiceless vowels. Do I really want to introduce tone just that way? I think I'm going to jump and do the nasal mutation. So, um, let's clear my test list. So, what we would have, yeah, so, uh, da, 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 right? And then what we want to happen is, let's see. So, let me actually check, do a little bit of, right. So, yes. So what we're having is voiceless becomes voiced. And L, M, and N. S is not affected. F becomes voiced. Okay. Viagra. Viagra. Vria, vria, Viagra. Viagra. Gra, gra. Yeah. Okay, I can do that. I think I will. Yeah. So what we're having is voiceless goes to voiced and voiced goes to nasal. So I can easily, yeah. Okay, we're gonna save this and think about that more. If we're going to do tone, I kind of want to get another source, possibly through stress, so that it's not just like voiceless vowels become high or low. Um, so let's do the nasal mutation. It only occurs in the Dawn dialect. So we will stick to, we'll go to the Dawn dialect, and we have, so we have, let's copy our syntax from the Lenitian one. What is going on here? Why are these being weird? The syntax highlighting is bugged. So I just want to get the syntax right. So consonant, and then what happens? We have, yeah. No, I think what we have, so consonant that's not GT has, it gains, becomes GT in the environment, consonant with nasality. And then if it's plus GT, it gains nasality instead. Let's see. Oh, an ba, an ma, an ga, an nga, an ga, an nga, an da, an na, an da, an da, an nya, an na, an na. You probably will get cases of assimilation of the nasal to that too. But I think I won't necessarily like jump on that. Now, what is going to happen if I get um, on fa on na? Oh, jeez. That's weird. Okay, so this cannot happen to anything that has nasality. We do not want that to happen to anything that has nasality. We have, we have we have an R. Okay, on ra is not doing anything. Yeah. Okay. On ha. Okay, I think I can just. Oh gosh. I think we can exempt H from this. Are you guys hearing that? Okay, I need to. I'll be right back. Crisis averted. That is resolved. Yeah. Anha. I think let's no anha anna. I think actually the nasal mutation should just delete H. So I think we have also a rule that deletes the H. That feels good to me, even if it's not necessarily. Anna. Okay, that works. And can I actually get? I just want to check and see. Is there some way? I don't believe so. I don't know what's going on up there. I thought they were fine. So aspirates become fricatives, right? It's only aspirates that become fricatives, and they're always going to be voiceless at this stage. And it's only between two vowels that they become voiced. So I don't have to worry about any voiced fricatives happening here. So we're not going to worry too much about that. So we'll just get the va. We will get voice fricatives from our lenition rule, but that is not going to apply in the same environment where we get this rule. Anyway, I think that we're, we are making some progress. I'm going to go back to considering how tone works. And then, okay, I can definitely, so the nasal mutation only happens in dawn. Okay. We're going to have an H epenthesis mutation, which I need to figure out what I meant by that. We can easily do final vowel and final consonant. So only this. Okay. Only dusk deletes final vowels. And specifically, I want to do that in a particular way. So we want, so this is the dusk one, right? Dusk. And then we want to, so I want it to actually happen before this happens. Before we get the long shift. And what we're going to have is, so sana, yeah. So what I want to do is final V deletion. The reason I want to have this happen before long shift is we want to have vowel and not long deleted. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Wait. So lenition happens before this. So yeah, we can definitely handle. Oh, I want that to happen. Okay, so here. Okay, here's the deal. If I do that here, okay, no, this is going to be a patron vote because I have two options to deal with. So and let's go with Sanai, right? So here's our two options. Either we do it here and is end of a word at the end of a word, right? And I'm going to illustrate this, I'm going to, right? I'm going to have something to show you guys. Okay. Oh no, no, the nasal. No, it's not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because whatever happens. Oh gosh. Um. The sun. Sath. Why is it a? Why is it becoming a fricative? Why is it becoming a voiceless fricative? That's weird as crap. Okay, so happens if I do it here. That shouldn't happen. Okay, so okay, let's oh. But these should be GT. Okay, so I applied that. Right. Sanba. Yeah. Now, this so um this should only happen if there is more than one syllable. I haven't defined syllables in here yet. So I can use a proxy. But it doesn't occur if there is any number of consonant. Uh, how do I get to the docs? Okay, yeah. So if there is, yeah. So okay, zero or more copies. Okay. So what I want is, okay, where is this? Okay. Star. Yeah. Actually, I think I want, that's not going to come up, is it? Because I'd simplify my diphthongs. Oh, I'd simplify my diphthongs down here. I don't want, yeah. I'm going to have to define syllables, aren't I? Yeah, I'm going to have to define syllables to make sure that, as i.e., uh, can I define an environment like this, right? Okay, that's that's a way I could do it. It's not the cleanest. And then, okay, before we go, um, that's done basically. Okay, yeah. No, I want to actually define the environment. So what we need is, yeah, Okay, I'm gonna have to like work on that. I'm gonna have to work on this later to make sure that this doesn't mess things up. But next week we will do a little bit more of this, and then we're going to probably move on to some morphology stuff. Okay.